Hey y'all, we're William and Crystal, and welcome back to the Choo Choo Travelers. Today we're stopping by one of Chattanooga's proudest pours, Chattanooga Whiskey.
This isn't just another distillery. It's a story of how two locals brought whiskey back to Chattanooga after over 100 years of silence and built something truly groundbreaking.
So let's head in and take a look and a sip of Chattanooga's boldest comeback story.
Now, wait a minute, slow your pour. But first, we have to tell our viewers and help them understand of why this is such a big deal to the Chattanooga community.
Okay, history buff, take it away with today's history lesson. She gets 5 minutes and we're going in without her.
All right, fine. I'll make it short and sweet, I promise. But first, I need some help from our viewers. Hit that subscribe button below. That really helps out our channel and it's free. All right, so picture this. It's Chattanooga and it's 1816.
Chattanooga's whiskey story traces back to 1816 when John Ross established a trading post at what would become Ross's Landing. The city's true whiskey boom began when the Western Atlantic Railroad put Chattanooga on the map in 1850, sparking a period of intense industrial expansion. In 1866, the first recorded distillery and liquor dealer, J. W. Kelly & Co., opened in Chattanooga, selling whiskeys with memorable names like Old Milford, Golden Age, and Mountain City Corn Shuck. Between 1865 and 1915, Chattanooga became a whiskey powerhouse. Over 30 distilleries operated in the city, with 98 liquor dealers listed on public records. By 1886, distilling had become the largest manufacturing industry in Tennessee. Prominent distillers emerged along the bustling Market Street. As the temperance movement gained strength, Chattanooga's liquor industry saw the writing on the wall. In a last-ditch effort to appease the anti-liquor activists, local liquor interests took dramatic steps in 1908. They imposed voluntary regulations on local saloons, removed indecent pictures from saloon walls, and attempted to stop practices considered an abomination at that time, such as gambling and serving alcohol to women.
Boo!
Despite these measures, their efforts proved futile, and the temperance movement continued to gain momentum. Key legislative milestones, including in 1903 Adams Law, which restricted production in many counties. In 1909, state bills began shutting down bars and challenging distillers. And in 1917, distilling in Chattanooga was completely outlawed. The Women's Christian Temperance Union and the Anti-Saloon League pushed relentlessly for alcohol prohibition, gradually dismantling this once thriving industry. Distilleries fought creatively to survive. A notable example was Police Commissioner Betterton, who used his coffin company to smuggle massive amounts of whiskey out of the state in coffins. Ultimately, the industry collapsed, and what had been a multi-million-dollar economic driver vanished rapidly, with buildings burning down, recipes lost, and entire businesses disappearing. The community's vibrant distilling tradition seemed to be lost to history. Nearly a century passed before whiskey could legally be produced in Chattanooga again. The whiskey revival began in 2009 when a state bill passed allowing distilleries in select Tennessee counties. This had initially excluded Hamilton County. In 2011, Chattanooga Whiskey co-founders Tim Pearson and Joe Ledbetter launched their vision, the Vote Whiskey campaign. Pearson and Ledbetter embarked on a 2-year campaign to change local legislation. Their bold approach involved asking the community, "Would you drink Chattanooga whiskey?" Mounting a grassroots Vote Whiskey campaign, and they successfully lobbied to change the century-old laws. In 2015, the experimental distillery opened, the first legal distillery in Chattanooga in over 100 years. They didn't just restart an old tradition, they reinvented it. Chattanooga Whiskey created a completely new style characterized by specialty malts, innovative fermentation techniques, custom barrel finishes, and a bold, unique approach that was 100% Chattanooga. The distillery rapidly expanded, establishing the experimental distillery and the riverfront distillery. Signature product lines emerged, such as Chattanooga Whiskey 91, Cask 111, 99 Rye, and Bottled and Bond Vintage Series. Their dedicated work paid off in 2023 with the Craft Producer of the Year award at the World Whiskies Award. From a small trading post in 1816 to a world-renowned distillery, Chattanooga Whiskey represents more than just a beverage. It's a story of resilience, community spirit, and transformation of power of passion, a testament to Chattanooga's ability to honor the past and boldly reimagine the future.
Hi.
Tennessee does have a Tennessee whiskey trail, so if you love whiskey, I highly recommend grabbing one of these pamphlets, getting a stamp, and checking it out. One thing that we saw in the lobby / gift shop was these small bottles that were the Vault Edition. I absolutely loved this, and they also had tags on each bottle that gave the flavor profile for each one, so you could pick the perfect one for you and your preferred favorite profile. If you're into rare finds, don't miss the experimental batches, only available right here at the Experimental Distillery.
Right now they're pouring batch 42, which is a Amaro barrel finished rye aged in herbal bittersweet Amaro barrels.
Batch 43 is a pre-Prohibition style, a throwback to whiskey before Prohibition ever began. Deep, complex, and incredibly limited. Even if you don't have time to stay for a tour, make sure to check out the bar in the back. There's a hallway that takes you there. If it's roped off, ask one of the amazing employees to go back to the bar. This is where you can try some flights, have a couple drinks, and enjoy your time at Chattanooga Whiskey. Even if you didn't get to take the tour, you still get the sampling opportunity. Something that we absolutely loved is there's an option to sit in outdoor seating. If you're not a person who enjoys sitting at the bar, you're absolutely welcome to take your flight out here and sit and enjoy it as well.
All right, y'all, we're about to head inside for the guided distillery tour and tasting. It's an hour long and gives you an awesome behind the scenes look at how the whiskey magic happens.
Just a heads up, no filming is allowed during the tour itself, but don't worry, we'll give you the scoop when we come back.
Absolutely.
That was such a cool experience. You get to see everything from the grains and the fermentation to distillation and barrels. It's super hands-on and packed with history.
Absolutely. And now comes for the tasting. With the tour, you get 6 different whiskeys, including their core lineup and a few experimental batches.
Your admission gets you the tour and tasting. That's my kind of tour. The price will appear on the screen now. Just make sure you bring a physical ID because in Tennessee, they don't accept a digital ID.
Absolutely. All right, now let's cut to the bar and see what they've got for us.
Number 3 on your flightboard is our final of our flagship whiskeys. This is our 99 Rye. You just learned that we make Tennessee high malt whiskey here, or if you didn't join our tour, you now know that we make Tennessee high malt whiskey here. Number 5 on your flightboard is our current experimental batch. Like I said, there's a polarizing flavor. Not everybody is going to love this flavor. I actually assume probably the majority of people will not like this flavor based on just us having this on our flightboards. But the people that do like this one tend to absolutely love it.
All right, so we have made it to the tasting portion of our tour. The first one we're going to try is Chat Whiskey 91. This is their flagship one. It is their bestseller. Also, I do want to preface this. Pay attention to his face, not mine. I am still learning to love whiskey, so his judgment's better than mine.
Keyword love whiskey.
All right, here we go. Cheers. It burns.
It's very smooth, actually.
This is 91 proof. It has notes of butterscotch, dried apricots, and pound cake.
You taste any of that?
I'm burning a little bit. It's really warm in
You
here.
gotta roll it on your tongue a little bit.
He's going to finish his. Okay, so the next one is the Chattanooga Whiskey Cask 111. This one is proof 111 and has notes of chocolate-covered cherry, toasted coconut, cinnamon, and full body. Ready for number 2? Cheers. Okay, this one smells really good.
I often like to say, like, even if you don't like it, just the amount of flavor that you can get has like natural means, not adding any chemicals or any like liquid smoke or anything like that. We have quite a few people that are like.
That one's actually really good. That one doesn't give me the burn or anything. I like that.
No, it's very smooth.
Yeah, that one's really nice.
You get a little bit of vanilla on that.
That's easily a bar favorite back here.
All right.
It says toasted coconut. You can taste that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. I'm not quite choking on that one as much. Again, don't take my opinion on this. Take his.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
All right, you ready for the next one?
We need a palate cleanser here.
All right, what is next? We have the
99 Rye. I'm excited to see your reaction to that one. Especially number 5. Number 5 is going to be intense for her.
I'm scared.
We probably should have did that one first.
Okay, we are on number 3. All right. Pray for me, y'all.
It's really not as peppery as most ryes. So, do you taste strong pepper?
Um, it's fiery, but it's not as fiery as some of I've had.
Most ryes are black pepper. It's not.
Yeah.
Silver in the middle.
It's actually,
307 on the right.
for someone who's not a fan of rye, it's very palatable.
Silver and it's single barrel 307 cast strength straight bourbon.
All right. So that brings us to our Distiller Select. So these items are limited edition. We're first going to do the bottled in bonds, which was really interesting to learn about. I love hearing the history behind it. And that is going to be our sample number 4. Oh,
You okay?
I'm learning, y'all.
At 100 proof, you can still taste a lot of caramel and vanilla flavors in it.
Yeah, when you smell it, immediately you get hit with the notes of caramel. It smells really good.
It's like a 90 proof, not 100 proof. It's really good.
All right, so the next one is going to be our 43 pre-Prohibition. So they have done research. They've had barrels specifically made for this. This is one of the experimentals that is very limited edition. If you like it, you better buy it because they're going to be out. Once they're out, they're out.
You do have on a UK shirt. We wore ours yesterday. We stand proud.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, wow.
Are you?
That one's actually really good.
I was born in Kentucky. With UK.
That one,
Very complex.
yeah, that one's really good. I think that one has really good notes.
Trying to think of what I taste. It's very complex though.
Yeah.
Number 6 on your flight board will be your most polarizing flavor of your afternoon. This is our triple Isla cask finish. That is Isla spelled Islay, I-S-L-A-Y. The Isla region of Scotland is very famous for their very smoky, very peated whiskies. It's what surprised the gentleman down here on our far side.
So our last one we have to try is the Isle Peated Whiskey. I'm told you either really, really love this or you really, really hate
This
it.
is the closest thing they have to Scotch.
So I am terrified. Here we go. Cheers.
I don't normally like Scotch. Tastes like a campfire in your mouth.
Y'all, I hate this.
Straight campfire.
Oh, no. I
I'm
hate this.
not a Scotch person. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I need a palate cleanser.
It may be the best Scotch that I've ever drank, but I don't like Scotch.
Yeah, that was a no-go for me.
Yeah, that should be the first one on the flight, not the last.
That's super strong. So they also gave us these little malted balls. Go ahead and try and see what you think.
Nah.
You get 6 tastings, everything from their standard that you can get in stores, all the way to the experimental stuff you can only get here. As someone who is not very educated on whiskey, I actually really enjoy these. I know my face may say different, but I enjoy trying different things and seeing the different notes, and I'm learning about it. And I really enjoy, there's a very wide variety on this board. What do you think?
I like most of them. Other than Scotch, I like them all.
Yeah, the Scotch was a no.
I really like the Cask 111. It's very good neat, but it would also be good with a little bit of ice.
So that is wrapping up what is included in the tour. The employees here are absolutely amazing. From the minute you get here to when you're taking on the tour to you coming to the bar, everyone is so absolutely amazing, and we love everyone here. Thank you so much for walking us through and taking us on the tour.
Good.
Okay, so we are back. We decided
It's-
instead of doing the vault,
Good.
we were going to try the 42 experimental and the 307. Go ahead and give a try to the 42 and tell me what you think.
Smell it. Yeah. You like the smoke or you smell it?
Oh, that's really
Very
interesting notes.
herbal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of herbal notes on the back end. That's great. It's interesting. Very interesting. I like it.
All right.
Try the single
And
barrel.
then the single barrel 307.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's smooth. I like that a lot.
Okay, so is 307 your favorite?
Out of all of them, probably that and the cask strength. The cask.
111.
They're-
Shocker. He has a lot of numbers that pop up, and 111 is always one of them.
It's very true.
All right, guys. We're going to finish up here, and we'll catch you outside.
See you later.
If you're coming through Chattanooga and want something authentic, innovative, and rooted in history, this is it.
Massive shout out to the Chattanooga Whiskey crew for keeping the spirit of the city alive in the most delicious way.
Yep. And if you like this episode, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let us know in the comments what's your favorite kind of whiskey.
I also recommend if you're just coming through Chattanooga and you don't have time to take the tour, stop in, grab an experimental batch. You can't get them anywhere else.
It's true, and they're limited edition. Once they're gone, they're gone. All right, travelers. Until the next one, we'll see ya.
Bye.